Oh, she packed the napkin.
The best part is she packed the napkins like
In
in front of our face, and we were like, eh, well, okay. It's our final day here. Bubba's confused and sad. But we're driving out today. I'm filming.
Oh, the B-roll stuff?
Yeah,
Are you gonna like have that catchy song?
probably. My exposure therapy was planting marigolds on my front porch. The bees would dance about the blooms, and I had to learn to be happy with anxiety hovering 3 feet in front of me. And after days and weeks and months of sitting on my porch encased by tiny buzzing anxiety, one day I sat outside and I didn't see distress blanketing the summer air. Instead, I sat in the early autumn breeze surrounded by beautiful flowers and little singing bees. I wrote this nearly 2 years ago, but life is cyclical, and this summer was a little like that one. It was an anxiety-inducing experience, a confrontation to my biggest fear. I am desperately afraid that the only safe place in the entire world is the Midwest, because that's where I grew up. So when my stress-based IBS flared up and my vertigo became too much to bear, I missed my flight to Hawaii, where we will be living for 3-ish years, and I lived 2 months with my parents, just trying to get right. Come on, Bubba. I spent so many hours remembering my happy days in Savannah, Georgia, just making art and feeling alive. I had dropped art when I went to grad school at Franciscan University, where I got my master's in mental health counseling. They felt like years spent in a greenhouse, growing and growing in a massive, overwhelming spurt. But my growth has always felt like this, I think. Years of stagnancy, and then all of a sudden, all at once, something falls dramatically out of place, only to aggressively fall even more perfectly into place. Franciscan was a period of incredible pain and incredible development for me, and in all of it, I was left yearning for something physically healing. I spent 2 years learning about mental health and realizing all of my own struggles, my fallacies in logic, my disposition to anxiety, my avoidance. I learned my pride was consuming me, dragging me into the same shame Adam and Eve must have felt in the garden when they realized they were naked. The significance is that I spent 2 years in my head, and it was good. But after all that, I needed to get out of my head and into real life. Anyway, I picked up art again after grad school. I started painting, then made the effort to start weaving, which is also when I started filming. And y'all, I think I love filming. It's impractical in so many ways, and knitting and weaving are expensive, but it gives me purpose. It brings me joy. I don't know how to say this without feeling super cliche, but I feel connected in a way I never did before. A few years ago, I wrote in a journal entry, I have reached a point where even the words coming from my mouth seem to not be my own. I was so shaped by culture and people pleasing that I didn't even know what I was saying or thinking, what I believed. This morning during my prayer, I noticed I was really struggling with conviction in my lifestyle choices, in my beliefs. I felt like I wanted to live in a way so that other people would be comfortable instead of in the way I knew to be right, or I wanted to live in an extreme rather than embrace the mundane, virtuous middle ground of life. It's complicated to summarize how this all relates, crafting and prayer and mental health and moving to an island far from everyone. But health is about the whole person, and I'm starting to realize that part of being a whole person to me is having a creative outlet. When I'm connected to my art, I am more prayerful, I'm more compassionate, I'm more self aware, I'm more brave, I'm gentle with my family and with myself. After my trials during grad school, I became afraid of life because life was suffering. But in the Bible, we are promised the Lord will return to you the years the swarming locusts have eaten. And today I really realize that He has. He has returned all my yearnings to me in a fullness of life I did not anticipate. I am a whole person, and I get to express that by being a present wife and mother, by sitting in the sun with a book, by growing marigolds, by making a sweater or a blanket or a piece of art that could only have ever been made by me. I get to express that by being persistent, by being here, and getting here to Hawaii sucked. It sucked so hard, but I confronted my looming fear, and I am so excited to weave and knit and sew in this God-given tropical paradise. Thank you for staying with me through this. I know it's a bit different from my usual videos, but life isn't lived in a niche, and I want my YouTube to be as honest as possible. So this was my summer journey to Hawaii, our new home. I wasn't always good to myself during the process, and I do sometimes still wish the move could have been seamless and happy, like all those fun travel vlogs.
Whoa, that was
It's
a
hard to
big
say
one.
I don't want to live with regrets, because it's only natural to regret the pain we've suffered, but I also don't want to live life in a niche, seeking comfort, seeking ease, when there is so much greatness out there to be seen, even if it hurts a little.
I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm really sorry it hurt so bad to get here, but I'm really grateful to be here, and I'm really excited to see what happens next.